Hello everyone. Today we are listening to the story, a very interesting story, The Horse in the Burrow. Niranjan was a very clever man. One day, as he was walking down the road, he met his friend Jaydev, who was returning from somewhere. He looked very sad, and in his hand he held the tail of a horse. "What is the matter?" asked Niranjan. "My horse died in an accident. By the time I heard about it and reached the place, a fox had taken away the body and only the tail was left." Jaidev was a poor farmer and the horse had been his one expensive possession. Niranjan felt sorry for him. "Give me the tail," he told his friend. "I will get a new horse for you." Jaidev had no idea how Niranjan would produce a new horse using only a tail, but he knew how clever Niranjan was, so he gave the tail to him and went back to his farm. Niranjan walked down a forest path and saw a rabbit's burrow. He placed the tail at the mouth of the burrow and sat down next to it, holding on to the tail. Soon a rich merchant passed by, riding a beautiful horse. He looked in amazement at Niranjan sitting there, holding the tail in his hands. "What are you doing?" he asked. "I was walking with my magic horse down this path when it ran down into this burrow. You see, it can sense treasure and follow it anywhere. It has gone down the burrow to get the treasure, and I am holding on to its tail. I will be rich when it comes up." The silly merchant believed this story. Then Niranjan said, "I don't have a bag to keep the treasure. Can you give me one?" Quickly the merchant replied, "This bag has a hole in it. Why don't you go back to your village and get a bag? I will hold on to the tail till you come back. Here, take my horse. That will be quicker." Niranjan left riding the horse after pretending great reluctance. An hour passed by, but there was no sign of Niranjan, nor of the horse emerging from the burrow. The merchant pulled the tail and fell back. When he peeped into the hole, he saw, of course, there was nothing. No horse, no treasure, not even a rabbit. Niranjan often used his wit to teach people a lesson. Once he met Dayanand, the milkman. There's another story about Niranjan that once he met Dayanand, the milkman, Dayanand cheated his customers by adding water in their milk. That day, he was carrying a large mud pot on his head filled with milk. As soon as he saw Niranjan, he said, "You think you are so clever, but you won't be able to cheat me." Niranjan smiled and said, "Dayanand, why should I cheat you? Particularly today, when there are so many clouds in the sky, it will rain any moment and I don't want to get drenched in the rain." "Oh, I have a long way to go. Is it going to rain?" Dayanand said, and forgetting the pot on his head, looked up. The pitcher fell and broke, and the milk spilled all over the road. That day, Dayanand could not sell his milk mixed with water to anyone. So, see how smart Niranjan was, that he always taught a lesson to clever people. So, what moral can we get from the story? That from the first story, we can get a moral that if we are clever, we can solve any of our problem. And for the merchant who gave his horse, for him we can say that we should not believe on others' sayings just blindly. We should think from our own mind also that, oh, can it really happen? And from the other story, the milkman story, we can get a moral that we should not cheat people because it may come out bad for us, right? Okay, so that's all for today, and we'll meet again in another story other time. Thank you. Bye bye.